because this really is warfare, So I just think about the spiritual warfare that does take place. And even as believers, sometimes we get caught up in it. And I think about the year that I had last year, whether it was cancer and, everything overcoming from that and, so many other things that, were on my plate and just a lot of other people. I feel like 2023 was just a year of reckoning, a very heavy year for a lot of people. Um, I never, I can say, like, especially during my cancer journey, I never said, I wasn't angry at God, but I definitely questioned. I wondered why. I wondered what was it all to mean. What did it mean for me? What should I be taking away from all of this? And I think, yeah. So I knew that some things had to change from, my walk and my dedication, similar to what you were saying. I definitely wasn't reading my word. I've always loved gospel and worship music, and that has been, that I think that is, to be quite honest. And I'm glad you said it. Like, outside of the church walls, and listen, I grew up in the church, raised in the church, have my own, all, complete experiences with church my whole life up through and into adulthood. But I would say, like, my worship and listening to worship music has sustained me at the E levels that I've been at. And I think without that, I would be basement levels. You know what I mean? So, I thank God for that. But yeah, no, like it's and I mean, I think lastly, it's like once you open up your heart, and I think this is the true part of it. Like, once you open up your heart to be a believer, he's not gonna let you go. Like, so once you establish that relation, he's gonna tap on the doors of your heart. He's gonna knock at you in so many different ways. And our human flesh allows us to ignore it. And I think, there were times, and I could distinctly remember just ignoring it, and I'm going to do what I want to do. Why can't I? I mean, what am I really doing? We rationalize. And I think I got caught up in that kind of, like, mentality of, what am I really doing? Am I really doing anything bad? Like, but yeah, at the end of the day, if you're not in relationship with him, if you're not doing the things underneath, his covenant and under the unction of the Holy Spirit, then what are we doing? We're doing what we want to do. So.
Yeah, bro, you smacked it on that. And it's interesting as well because, obviously, like you said, you spoke about, going through cancer and stuff as well in 2023, which is huge, to overcome as well. So, we appreciate you around here as well. And I think, for myself, even, like we said about the four walls, right? We'll go deep on this, probably over the next few weeks and stuff. Like you said, bro, I rationalize everything, right? And there have been so many friends, especially in the faith, that were telling me, "So what are you gonna do, coach?" I said, "Listen, let me tell you this now. I know what I'm doing. I never wanted to pretend as if I didn't know what I was doing. I know what I'm doing. Okay, I know what I was doing. I knew what I was out there to do. Okay, and I was going to do it. And one of the greatest lessons I think I learned from that in being out there and untethered from my perspective. And you're right, God never leaves you. And one thing that kept me going, I'll tell you, is prayers from 2018. I know it sounds mad, but the prayers and the fasting